anybody who I do get to text, I always try to like at least jump on a FaceTime call with them so that they can see my face and see me personally, and I feel like that helps a lot too. But it's just kind of like how can I get how do I maneuver myself to get to that point per se instead of because sometimes it's a little abrupt to just text them, hey, all of a sudden, and they're like, oh, hi. It's a little awkward. So
One
I
thing that
want
you
to.
could do, and this is honestly something that, well, I mean, one thing that you could do, I think that could even just build these, if you have the time for it, that could build these relationships, or even like these talks right here that I'm doing like with you. And so let's say you've built up a group and you're like, hey guys, Wednesday I'm actually opening up one-on-one slots to talk with me. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm literally just going to give you value on your wedding day. Answer any questions that you need. And like those relationships that you build right there, oh man, it would be really difficult for that not to turn into like a booked wedding. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so if you
Yeah.
don't have time, that can be like Facebook Lives or group chats, group chats on Zoom or Skype where it's more than just one person. But if you can do that one-on-one, that could be a total game changer. And so,
Yeah.
like every Wednesday I open up, these aren't things like I need to do, but I know it helps the students and I know it makes the experience of the course better. And so same thing with your brides, like it's not something you need to do, but just that, that maybe 3 hours you do on Wednesday where you meet up with 6 couples, but that can build that relationship that, maybe it won't turn a sale, but but at the end of the day, a lot of it probably will.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a freaking great idea. I love that. That's awesome.
And so it's something that, when I do these every single week, it's maybe 3 to 4 hours every Wednesday, or if I do decide to do every 2 weeks. But it's time that I think if you did this for couples as well, it could really build those relationships where it's like, why wouldn't we want to work with him?
Yeah, and then get all the answers to
Yeah,
whatever they
exactly.
know.
You're not even worried about a sale at that point,
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of been my basis too. Is like I don't. Well, something that resonated really hard with me was like if you're just that you said was if you're just searching for a booking, you're not going to book anybody because I
It's
feel
so
like
true.
that aura that like oh, I need something like that's gonna come off and subconsciously the way you speak, some wording that you might say is gonna sound salesy or something like that. So I try really hard not to even worry about making a sale up until the consultation. I just want to focus
Exactly.
on, and I tell them that too. I'm like, I'm not going to throw prices at you. I don't want to talk about prices. I just want to focus on your guys' engagement session right now. I want to hear about you. I want to hear about this and that. And so I feel like that's been helping out a lot as
No,
well.
so true, and that's where sometimes you see a lot of students fail, like when they jump into these like consultations, or even when they're focused on their nurturing, they're everything's framed into like book me, and
Right.
it's not attractive, for like the couple. They're like everyone hates to be sold to.
Yes.
But if you can be the high value leader, like I say, and provide that value, 80-90% of the time, and then when it comes to the final point where you do ask for a sale, oh man, like they're happy to do it at that point.